Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so a lot of people have been emailing me, asking me, so what the heck happened? Like, how did all this start with Trash Panda and Tammy? So I decided to go ahead and go back to that live stream from like a little over a week ago now and just clip certain, things of it that are relevant and go over it. Now, it all started where Tammy, we all know, and we've already gone over how she felt about it. But before I even showed up in the live stream, she was saying that I stole her identity, that I tried to open a credit card, Chase credit card in her name. But that story changes like two or three times. It goes back and forth. So I still don't even believe any of that. But there was just all kinds of stuff. Like Tammy, just for some reason, and I'm noticing a pattern in this because I've been given different clips of her at different live streams with different creators, and it would seem that Tammy has quite a lying problem, and that's why a lot of people don't like her. She also seems to have an issue with thinking that as long as she's throwing money at a content creator, they have to be her friend for life. And if you don't fulfill that, you're part of the bargain, then she goes off on a tirade. So I'm starting to learn that as the days go on, people sending me stuff and I'm listening to it. And again, I'm not listening to what they're saying. I'm listening, like actively listening to Tammy herself. It was just a whole weird and uncomfortable situation that should have never happened. No one said that I was angry that she wanted the money back. It was the approach she took. That was the whole issue. Again, I was not in this live stream. I was not even on YouTube at the time that this was going on. Somebody found me over in Reddit where I was talking to some people and said, hey, blah, blah, blah. So then I went over to YouTube and got into the live stream. But they were like yelling at me to get on the panel, yelling, I dropped the link, a StreamYard link in the chat. Where is Reaper? Why isn't she coming up? Well, because StreamYard links are not magical. You can drop that in your chat a million times. It's not going to summon somebody who's not already in your live stream watching. And I'm sorry, but I have a hard time watching Trash Panda because it's just annoying. I mean, boring and annoying. When it takes you, when you say two words and then it takes you a year to say another two words, it's just not, nobody wants to listen to that. Anyways, I will be going live on Sunday evening. Villian may be joining me either at the beginning or maybe even later on. But I will be going over some very interesting facts that I have found out and dug up about Trash Panda herself. One of those things being the DD214, or actually it's a DD214-1 because she was reserved. But all I will say about that right now is her army service is not what she said. Like, why do people lie about that stuff? And do they like read from one playbook? Like, hey, if you're gonna lie about being in the military and having a service, just go ahead and say you were Special Forces Ranger, Green Beret, or something. You know, not some normal MOS that everyday people will do. It's a lot. So we will go over that on Sunday. And then there's another thing that we'll be going over on Sunday that I found quite interesting about her and her life. Anyways, that's not what this is about. So let me shut my pie hole and let's get into this video.
Yeah, that's better. So she admits that she committed credit card fraud, essentially.
Correct.
So that's not good.
And then
But
I meet her, 2 years later, and she's still committing it?
So I'm not quite sure what the issue is here. Does Tammy have selective hearing, or does she just hear it, but then she decides to twist it, turn it, and then lie about it? that came out during a live stream when me and a couple other people were talking about things we did in our past that we regret doing. And one of those things that I had mentioned was back when I was 20 and 21 years old, I used to be a hacker. I went into very little detail about it, but I did admit it, and I admitted how horrible I felt about it and how bad I feel about it even today. But this happened when I was 20, 21 years old. I'm 48 years old now. So for Tammy to say that she met me 2 years after I was doing that, I don't recall meeting you when I was 22, 23 years old, Tammy. And I know for a fact I'm 48 because, well, I've been living 48 full years. So again, this is just the beginning of Tammy not knowing how to tell the truth or just twisting facts to fit her narrative.
Make that make sense, because the only person I know in
Yeah, 'cause you
Texas
helped her.
is her. And I've got proof that I paid a hotel in Texas. And I paid Domino's in Texas. I don't even.
Yeah. And this
Like,
is why I do
am
what
I
I do
lying?
this,
No,
because of
I don't.
people
I
like
don't
you.
believe I'm lying. And girl, if you got any credibility, take a fucking link. I've asked you this twice now. Take a fucking link. Explain this to me.
Well, no offense, Tammy, but if you had any intelligence, you would know that by just dropping a StreamYard link into a live chat that I'm not in, I'm not going to know that you dropped a link for me to come up and speak with you. I wasn't even on YouTube. I was somewhere else on the internet. I was actually signing off to go watch a movie with my son, and somebody got me before I signed off the internet. So you could be pissed off all you want, but I've already dropped the link twice, so take it. If I don't know that you're dropping a link or that you're wanting to speak, it's kind of hard for me to take the link and join.
Come on,
I
Reaper.
think she should, but she's not.
Why? Why? I don't get it. Because I've got the proof? Aren't they all about proof?
So the proof that Tammy is talking about here, and I believe she says it shortly, is that supposedly I tried to open a Chase credit card in her name and her information. But yet she has still not proven any of this. I have asked her numerous times. She's not responding. She also never showed proof on the live stream or any live streams afterwards that they've even spoken about this. And her story has changed. So, not sure what you're talking about here still. But she has this like anal aneurysm about showing proof, but yet has never shown the proof at all.
Yeah, but until it comes to somebody they like.
I don't care if they fucking like me. I'll be the first one to tell you, I'm not a likable person.
Huh. You are.
I'm like Villain. I don't sugarcoat shit and I don't give a fuck.
Oh, Tammy, you are nothing like Villain. Villain doesn't lie. Villain doesn't make up stuff. Villain doesn't twist stories to, or twist facts to make her narrative. Well, I don't understand what it is with these two constantly thinking that they are just like Villain. Like, Panda keeps saying it too. Like, her and Villain are the same and all this other stuff. Like, no. Villain is credible. Villain doesn't lie. Villain doesn't make up military service. Villain is nothing like either one of you. She's a good person.
But she pulled at my heartstring because she was covering Lisa and going, well, I'm having a hard time. And, well, I'd rather give my money to you than Lisa.
Okay, I have a hard time understanding. I pulled at her heartstrings because I was covering Lisa. No. Sorry, no. You felt bad for me when you heard about my situation online, and I still thank you for that help that one night. I will always be grateful for that help that you gave us that one night. What I don't appreciate is now the constant lying and twisting of stuff to fit your narrative so that you can gain sympathy and attention from the minimal amount of people that show up in Panda's live stream. Like, that's so uncalled for. Absolutely 100% uncalled for.
Come to find out, you're a scammer too. And then you had the nerve to take my credit card number off a receipt that was given to you in Texas. Are you fucking kidding me?
And there it is. The first time she slandered me. How do I get your credit card number off of a receipt? Have you ever seen a receipt, Tammy? Have you ever actually received a receipt and looked at it? The only thing showing on a receipt are the last four numbers of the credit or debit card. I'm not sure if you're aware of this at your age, but there are 16 numbers to a credit card number. If only four of them are showing on a receipt, how did I get your entire credit card number? I couldn't have. It's not like I want to spend the time to figure out all the rest of the numbers. The other 12 numbers are just, I don't have the energy to do that when I have other things that are important to do. But she'll change this here coming up when she talks to me. This changes, and then later on, she flat out says that she never said that I stole her credit card number.
She literally tried to open a Chase credit card in my name.
Okay, that's the second one. I've asked her to prove this numerous times now, and she has yet to do it. She has ignored me when it came down to actually giving me this information. And I even told her that if her credit card had been compromised, then I need to know so that I can let the other people know that did help me. And I also need to know because I paid for the room there myself as well when I did start getting paid. So, yeah, it wasn't important enough for her to let other people know about it. She just wanted to say it. But again, her story does change here coming up. What I think, honestly, in my opinion, is she heard what I admitted to when I was on a panel and we were going over stuff that we regretted when we were younger. She heard what I had done and she used it and ran with it for attention. That's basically what I think happened. Because in no way, shape, or form did I have any access to her information to even try and start a Chase credit card in her name. Nor did I have any way to charge her credit card $300 for something, which is her second story, is that there's a $300 charge on her credit card statement. First, she just says there's charges on her credit card statement from Texas. Well, no shit. You made two purchases in Texas. One was the hotel, and the other was Domino's. That's why there's charges on your credit card statement. Nobody tried to open a Chase bank account in her name, especially myself. And I find it very hard to believe that there was a $300 charge on her card from Texas unless she purchased something from Texas for $300. Again, she has been asked not only by myself to prove this, because she swears up and down she can prove it, but she was also being asked by people in the live chat who are followers of Panda's to prove this, because Panda herself kept claiming that they had this proof, and neither one of them were willing to show this. So, again, that's just my theory on it. Tell me what you think in the comments.
But see, I'm smart. When it comes to my credit, I get alerted. See, that's where you went wrong. So take a link, girl. Please take a link.
Yeah, getting an alert on your credit card it has nothing to do with intelligence. It means that you got an alert on your phone. And again, you're not you keep saying you're smart, but you're not proving that fact either by telling me to take a link when I'm not even there. So I don't even know that a link is being put in chat or that I'm being asked to even come up on panel. And this whole slander, again, I'm asking you to prove it. Prove that I did that. Because if you're going to prove that, or if you're going to sit there and claim that somebody did something like that, you better have the facts to back that shit up. Because if not, that's actually going to get you in a lot of trouble.
And that's what I said to you the other night, Panda. They're going to make videos about me because they think I'm fucking bullshit. I'm just making something up. I'm a subscriber.
No.
I'm a subscriber. That's all I am.
You're absolutely right. I am making this video because you are making something up. What does you being a subscriber have anything to do with this? Other than the fact that that's the only reason you know me is because you are a subscriber of mine, or were. I really don't care if you still subscribe to me or not. If you unsub, that's fine. I don't give a shit anymore. You reached out to me. That's when we started speaking. That's how I know you. But I don't understand how that has to do with any of this.
I'm not making shit up. I'm not like Lori or Victoria or whatever. I'm calling you out because I want to know what the fuck did you do? Why did you even do that to me?
So if I had to place you under anybody, yeah, you are kind of like them because you're doing this to seek attention and that's it. You know damn well I didn't do that to you. You know damn well nobody tried to open your account under your name for Chase Bank because you change your story later. That's where you messed up. You didn't stick with the same lie. You made up another story later on. And yet you were so confident that you could sell this. And you did sell it for a few minutes until people in the chat started asking Panda, where's the proof that you and Tammy claim that you have? And neither one of you would acknowledge anything they were saying on that. Nothing.
Because you're no different than Victoria or Lori or Lisa. You're a scammer. And the only reason why she got my credit card fucking shit is because of the food that I ordered for her and her child in a hotel room.
And yet again, if you've ever looked at a receipt, it only shows the last 4 numbers of the 16 numbers on a credit card. So no, I didn't get your information from a receipt. As a matter of fact, I threw the receipt away. Like, I wasn't aware I had to keep it, but I threw it away along with the boxes. But again, letting you know that just look at any receipt you have that you've used your credit card with, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Because I don't think you've ever looked at a receipt before, or you would know 100% that you cannot get your entire credit card number off of a receipt.
credit card was exposed. I'm like, well, I got to deal with that. Well, I don't know nobody in Texas besides her. And I can show you where my credit card literally paid for hotel and food to be delivered in Texas. And I'm in Washington. And now all of a sudden I get a thing alerted the other night that says somebody's opening a credit card.
Okay, so I found this quite interesting since Tammy keeps saying that somebody in Texas has tried to open a credit card with using Chase in her name or using her credit card information. But here it clearly states that there's no information on what state that person is in who tries to open an account or a credit card or whatever in your name. Okay. So when you get an alert on your phone, it's not going to say, hey, somebody in Texas tried to open a credit card in your name. That's not going to happen. I did dig a little bit further and found out that it can take a month or longer to even find out what state that person who did try to steal your identity to open a credit card in your name, it could take a month or longer to even find out what state they're in. So again, Tammy's story does change later. So that's how I know she's lying. But
get out of here. You and your hacking credit cards. She's dirty, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, Panda. She's a dirty bird. I literally thought she was legit, but she's dirty. Dirty, dirty.
based on what exactly again, Tammy? Because you are still failing to show proof of what you are claiming, at least on this first story. Okay, so this is when I finally come into the live stream because, like I said, somebody found me by chance on Reddit, and right before I logged off the internet, told me what was going on, so I headed over. And this is where it all just went to shit.
Hello, yes.
Auditor's here.
I'm here.
Sorry, I had stepped away. There you go.
I'm
Frauder.
here. I'm just letting it play and I'm listening, and trust me, I'm just like, what the fuck? I mean, you people need to realize that she's with that man for a short period of time.
Hold on, Tammy. Hold on.
And then he committed those murders and he went to prison when she wasn't with him. But
What
she
murder?
still
Excuse me.
decided,
killed
I'm
one
going to do a
person.
GoFundMe
One
to marry that
person.
man.
He killed one. Okay. First of all, who is live and goes to the bathroom while they're in a live stream and flushes the toilet so everybody can hear? Like, that is just so gross and so disrespectful to your followers who are actually in the live stream listening. Like, it's just gross. Anyway, second, this is where Tammy just starts lying about stuff again. Not quite sure where she got a GoFundMe. I never did a GoFundMe to marry my husband, nor have I ever done a GoFundMe for him at all. I don't need to do a GoFundMe for him. It's just more lies on top of lies, or just taking something, twisting it, fabricating it. It's astounding the shit that will come out of some people's mouths. Also, really quick, before we continue on, I want to apologize to my own subscribers if I sound like a total bitch in the beginning of this. You have to remember, I had no clue this was even going on. Tammy's not using her normal screen name, so I had no clue who this person was. Like I said, several people did help us during the time that my son and I were homeless. Again, I know 6 Tammys, 4 of which are in my contact list, 5 of which I know online, 1 I know from high school. So I really didn't know who she was until she mentions Domino's. Then I realized who she was. But if I seem like a bitch or I'm just whatever, I do apologize, at least to my subscribers, because I just was, I walked in on this, on all these lies that Tammy was saying, all this misinformation she's throwing out, and it just, that's what I walked into.
One person, one. I never did a GoFundMe to marry him. I also never stole
Yeah,
a
you
PlayStation.
did.
That
Yes, you
was
did.
fraud. Right? No, I didn't. Why don't you get your shit right?
I've got my shit right, girl.
You don't. You have nothing right. You're sitting here saying he murdered multiple people.
Like I don't
One
got shit
person.
right like the rest
One
of the people
person.
you cover? Come on.
Oh my God. Whoever are you?
I was a
Who are
person
you?
that helped you, is what
No,
I
you're not.
was.
On where? Where did you help
On
me?
where?
Where'd you help
I
me?
helped you with the hotel room.
No. No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. You want to see it?
Nope. I'd love to see it.
In June, you were like, I'm homeless in my car. It's hot.
Where did you send me money?
No, I paid. I didn't say I sent you money, but I paid for your shit. Yeah, I did.
Where? Let me see
You gonna
it.
deny it?
Let me see it.
You were in the fucking hotel room.
Show me where the receipt is that shows the hotel name and the date.
Guess what? Guess what? I've got it.
Please show it to me.
Because
if you
you
did,
think you're
then you
something
did.
good and you're not. You
If
are
you
the
did,
biggest piece of
Then
shit.
you did. But you have not produced the receipt.
No, I
Show me
did
the
because
receipt.
you said I'm hot in
Show me the receipt.
Texas in a fucking
Show
car.
me the receipt.
And I said,
Everybody knew I was
I'll
homeless in Texas. Everybody knew. Because I told everybody.
okay,
Unless
well,
you
I
can
paid for
show
the
me
hotel room and
then
food.
show me. Show me.
I even got the Domino's receipt. Are you fucking kidding me, girl?
Oh my God. Show.
Okay, so it took me a few minutes. I'm not going to lie. I was a bit slow on that one when she said Domino's, but she was yelling and I was wearing my earbuds, so I didn't hear her right away. It clicked a few moments later that she said Domino's. That's when I realized who she was. But it was like, why can't you just tell me exactly what you helped me with? Like, or tell me what's your screen name, or tell me when, like, I was so confused at this point, and the minute I came into the live stream, she's blasting off lies and all this other stuff. So I was a bit upset just over that. So yeah, it took me a few moments for the dominoes to click, but that's when I realized exactly who she was.
Me.
Like, you're really gonna play this innocent fucking, I
Unless
didn't get
you
shit
show
from
me.
you?
Show me.
Okay, Panda, how do I show it on my goddamn phone? How do I do it? Because I'm about to expose your motherfucking ass.
Okay, so did I, I'm going to say hypothetically, if you did help me.
No,
then did I
this is
say,
what I'm saying. Shut the
did
fuck
I
up.
say, did I say I was going to pay you
Shut
back?
up.
Did I, no, you shut the fuck up. You're up here talking shit and lies about my husband. You are lying on my husband. If you have proof, did I say I would pay you back? Did I say that? Or did you offer to help me out that night?
I offered and you go, I'll pay you back. And I said, no, pay it forward. That's
okay,
exactly
so what are you talking about?
I said.
So if you said don't pay it back, pay it forward, then how did I scam you? If you did, then I used the hotel room and I ate the food.
Girl.
How do you know I didn't pay it forward? How do you know? How do you know I didn't pay it forward?
Okay, Panda, I'm going to shut the fuck up right now.
Thank you.
Shut up.
See, you are trying to say something that has nothing to do with Lisa or anybody else. I didn't ask people for money. You knew my situation. You offered to help. You paid it. That was it. I said, I'll pay you back. You said, no, pay it forward. Thank you. I appreciated that help. I even stayed in touch with you. You can't sit there and say that I scammed you for that.
You just said she
You
didn't
just
help
said that I scammed you.
You just said at the beginning she didn't help you, so did she or didn't she?
I'm asking
Exactly.
her to show me. There were a couple people that helped. I don't remember everybody that helped. If this is the Tammy
You
that
were
did
so
help me,
full of shit.
then she's the one
You
who
were
helped
so
me.
full of shit.
If you shut up for
I'm
5
the one
fucking
that paid
seconds,
for
I
a
can talk.
goddamn hotel room and fucking
Oh
food
my
for you
God.
and a goddamn child that was a grown-ass adult. Don't play with me, bitch.
Shut the
Don't
fuck up
do
for
it.
5 seconds so I can talk. If
Don't
you're the
do it.
Tammy, if you're the Tammy who helped me out, then we stayed in contact. I told you I'd pay you back and you said, no, don't pay me back, pay it forward. Then how did I scam you if you paid for the room and I stayed in the room and I ate the food?
Oh, I don't
offered
know.
to pay
I
it, you
contacted
said
you
no.
back and say,
You said
I did. I
bullshit.
told. Hold on. Listen
we
to me.
we spoke up until the end of July and I lost you just stopped responding to
I
me.
know. You were in a hot ass car with your child.
Okay.
Trust me, I
You
know.
helped me out.
I
We
was
stayed in the
listening
hotel.
to you.
We ate the
I felt
food.
for
I
you.
asked you if I could pay you back. You said no. And then what?
I
Then
said
we spoke
pay it
for a month.
forward.
Okay.
And you
And I
never
told
paid
you I
it
would.
forward.
How?
Folks.
Oh, so when I help somebody else, I'm supposed to send you the receipt to prove that I paid it forward? That's what you're saying?
Reaper,
No,
hold
I
on.
don't believe you paid
Tammy.
it forward just like the rest of
Tammy.
them on
Oh
this.
my.
I don't.
Okay, so we have already gone through this like a million times, but this is exactly where she starts the whole, yes, I did say not to pay me back, pay it forward. I don't believe you paid it forward. Well, when you tell somebody to pay it forward, there is no rule in that says that whenever they pay it forward, whether it's the next day, the next month, 6 months from now, 10 years from now, that you have to go back to that initial person and say, hey, I paid it forward, here's the proof. But it all comes out to, it had nothing to even do with that. Because this story even changed. Like, this whole thing even starts to change. Where it's, I told you to pay it forward, but I don't believe you're paying it forward. You didn't show me that you're paying it forward. To pay it forward meant pay it back to me if I needed it. No, that's not what pay it forward means. If you needed that money back, then you would have said, yes, I need that money back. You would have been added to my list of people who needed the money back, and I would have paid you back when I paid back everybody else. All of this, and I will show the proof of that as well when we get to that part, but all of this had to do with the fact that Panda needed financial help. Tammy wanted to help her, didn't have the money, so came to me wanting the money back. My number had been changed already, so I never got her text messages. Tammy never thought, hey, I could just email her or say something in her comment section of her videos, because we'd even been talking back and forth in my comment section of my videos up until a couple weeks ago. So again, all of it, I 100% believe it had to do with gaining attention and sympathy from people. On top of that, not being able to give Panda money when she wanted to. Like, this whole thing just blows my mind.
But no, that's what I'm asking you. If I paid it forward, I didn't know I was supposed to send you proof that I paid it forward. So when I paid for somebody's car behind me in McDonald's, I forgot to ask for that receipt so I could send it to you. That's what you're saying?
Hold on, Reaper. Hold on, Tammy. Reaper, I think what she's upset about is she feels like you weren't honest with her, or like she didn't realize. I don't feel comfortable even bringing this up, but apparently there was a child mentioned. She found
My
out that
son,
the kid
she knew he was
wasn't
18 and autistic.
No, I
yes.
did not.
You did.
No, I did not. You said
did.
a child, and you were in a
I did not say a child.
car.
I said.
Okay, so Tammy keeps saying that I called him a small child, that I never told her how old he really was, and that is a complete lie. As a matter of fact, this is email number 4 between us, and it says, I showed the everything up at the top as well, from me to Tammy MCD17 on June 6, 2024 at 3:36 p.m. I'll tell my son, he will be so happy. He's 19. but autistic, so he can't get a job right now. He's going to start Texas A&M in the fall, but wants to do a little, like maybe stock boy at night kind of job. And because of his autism and his anxiety and stuff, yes, it's hard for him to go out and work around a lot of people. But the point is here is I clearly stated his age. So for Tammy to continuously say that I lied and never told her how old he was, there's the proof that I did.
My son. No, that's what I said, my son.
No, you said a child.
I don't call him my child. I call him my son. I call him my son.
And you were trying to get to your parents' house.
And yeah, I made it up there.
Well, thank God you
did,
because it was on my dime, right? It was on my dime, right? No, it wasn't.
You paid for one night at a hotel and two pizzas. Dude. That's it. So now all of a sudden you paid for one hotel room and 2 medium pizzas, and you have saved me out of homelessness. Are you fucking kidding me?
I didn't say I saved you out of homelessness.
You just said that I got 3 states away on your dime. Are you kidding me? I got 3 states away on your dime.
You with Billy and you got a house and you got all this and you're good, right?
No.
Okay, so no, she never gave me money. She paid directly to the hotel and to Domino's. This is where it just starts getting really weird. I did mention to her that at some point I was going to go to my parents. I didn't say when or how. I was going to go to my parents. It took me probably another month or so before I was able to afford to leave and go help them out because they needed help. And I've ended up paying the hotel myself this last month that I was there. So where she's going on and on about that, I did not understand it. But regardless, this is when Villain gets into it. Like, she starts going on and on. Well, now that you're friends with Villain and you have a house and all this other stuff, now you're good. Well, no shit. I'm good. That's what happens when you work your ass out of homelessness by having a job and saving money and getting a place to live. Then, yeah, you're good. And still don't understand where me having a friendship with Villain has anything to do with this. But it gets brought into this several times.
Oh, I actually did that 2 months ago.
Yeah, okay.
On my own. Got a job. Okay. People get them.
Yeah, I have one.
Me. One time, you told me not to pay you back, to pay it forward. You didn't say, hey, when you pay it forward, can you send me the receipt? Even if it's 10 years from now, I need that receipt to prove that you paid it forward. You never said that. I didn't ask
for no fucking receipt.
Correct. But you're saying that I scammed you because I didn't send you a receipt.
A credit card coming out of Texas going in my fucking name.
Oh, so now I stole your credit card information? You didn't give me any information. I don't
know. Do you do that?
If you paid the hotel yourself and you paid the pizza yourself, how did I have your information?
Because my fucking information's on there.
Do I work at the hotel? No.
Are you literally fucking trying to
for the hotel? If you paid for the hotel on your credit card, if you paid for the hotel on your credit card, then you would have had a charge off of your credit card from Texas. Texas, can you explain this to her? Because I don't think she understands.
Yes,
I thanked her a million times for helping us out that one night. That one night, I thanked her for over a month. We were fine. Now all of a sudden, I scammed her because I didn't pay it forward and prove that I paid it forward or something like that.
Oh I think what the issue is here is that there was the hotel, and from what I understand and what I'm gleaning is that she thought there was a child. That's neither here nor there. She felt like that was dishonest on your part.
I said son, not child. Okay,
Now, see, here's the thing I didn't understand about Panda. I have asked her now twice to explain it to Tammy so that she could understand it. Because clearly, my speaking clear English did not help. So, That's what I asked her to do. But if you notice, both times, instead of explaining it to Tammy, Panda tries to say what she thinks Tammy is feeling. She thinks what Tammy is thinking. And then Tammy then runs with whatever Panda is saying. So Panda putting words in Tammy's mouth or giving her more shit to think about and then running with that. I didn't ask you to do that. I asked you to help me explain to Tammy what I was trying to say. It was simple and easy for the rest of the population to understand it. For some reason, not for Tammy. Not sure why. This is why my comment section was stating that she may have been intoxicated. She sounded like it and she behaved that way. Nobody said 100% she was drunk. I think I said something about in her drunken state, but that's the way she's behaving. That was the way she was talking. All I asked, can you explain this to her? Instead, you just kept running with stuff so that Tammy had something else to run with.
Why am I paying for your adult fucking son?
Let me finish.
Why'd you pay it all?
There's a house, and she felt like you weren't homeless at all, and she paid.
No, there was no house. We were 100% homeless.
Okay,
everybody knew that.
To her.
Okay, so does everybody see what I'm talking about right there? Tammy never mentioned anything about that. Tammy never mentioned that she didn't think I was homeless, that I had a house, and that I was just scamming her until after Panda says it. Now she's going to run with it as well. Panda was putting words into Tammy's mouth. Instead of just comprehending what I was saying, Panda was just adding things to it. That was another thing that had me so frustrated. It's like, no, this is simple. Absolutely simple. Tammy reached out to me. She offered to help for one night. I accepted the offer. I told her I would pay her back. She said numerous times not to pay her back, to pay it forward. Awesome. Wonderful. That should have been the end of it. But then Panda needed financial help. Tammy didn't have the money. Tried to get a hold of me. Couldn't get a hold of me because she chose not to get a hold of me after she couldn't text me. And she chose not to go in other ways to get a hold of me. And instead decided to come on Panda's live stream and scream and yell and lie and do misinformation and bring my husband all up in this shit when he had nothing to do with it. That's what happened.
And I believe that she was homeless and living in her car. That's
okay. So I forgot about that part. Yes. So where Panda's trying to say, well, I think Tammy's just upset because she thinks that you deceived her because you had a house and you weren't really homeless. But then Tammy comes right back and says, no, I know that she was homeless, or I believe that she was homeless. So Panda, what exactly were you trying to do at that moment? Why were you trying to put words into Tammy's mouth when she wasn't trying to say anything even remotely close to that? Like, what were you actually trying to accomplish with that? More drama, maybe? I don't know.
The reason I did what I did.
And we've even spoken recently through my YouTube comment section. Yet you haven't said one thing to me.
Did you send her a text? You said you texted her earlier, Tammy.
So why all of a sudden is this coming out like this tonight?
And I've been ghosted ever since you've been with Villain.
No, that's not true, because I just met Villain a month ago.
Hold on.
And here, Villain is brought into this yet again for no reason at all. What the hell is it with people and being jealous of Villain? I don't understand it. Itty was pissed off. She was telling people that she thought I replaced her with Villain. I'm sorry, Itty, you cannot replace a friend with another friend when the first one was not a friend to begin with. And here we are with Tammy now. Like, we were good, but now I feel like I've been ghosted since you became friends with Villain. Like, what the hell is going on here? I didn't realize that being friends with Villain was going to cause this many issues. It's not going to stop me from being friends with Villain. I'm happy to have a friendship with Villain. I am so happy that I have a friendship with her. I would never stop it just because people like Tammy and Itty seem to have an issue with it.
And my number's been changed twice.
Hold on. As a YouTube creator, I know you guys got a lot of shit going on because you all are covering people and doing and you can't get back to me. But I have literally texted you on your phone number.
And I just said that I've had to change my number twice. And I texted you from my new number. It's an 830 number.
I don't have it. I don't.
Okay, well then
I even told you in the comment section of one of my videos, I said, you messaged and you said, hey girl, love you. And I was like, love you too. I'm texting you from my new number. And that's the last I've heard from you. And that was like a month ago.
Yeah, because I was trying to be like, hey, I'm supporting you. But now I'm feeling like I've just been used and like, what the fuck?
Okay, so call me crazy, call me mean, call me cold-hearted or heartless in the comment section if you need to. But there were 2 people online that helped me, and we didn't even become friends. They just helped me because they wanted to help me. So even if she had helped me and we didn't continue talking afterwards, that shouldn't have been a problem. Especially when you said, don't pay me back, pay it forward. If for whatever reason we lost contact and we didn't speak anymore, that should not have been a problem. You helped me out. I appreciate it. We did speak for quite a while afterwards, and I did continuously say thank you for helping that night. But we lost touch. That happens. It's just, I feel like because she helped me, and if I'm wrong, let me know. But I feel like because she helped me, I had an obligation to her to be her friend for the rest of our lives. And like, I barely keep in touch with people that I've known for my whole life. My own best friend and I, we will go weeks without talking. And then when we talk, we pick up right where we left off. Because we're busy. We have lives of our own. She has her own family. I have my family. We have jobs. We have things that we're doing. I have my job, but I also run my YouTube channel on top of it, and I make videos. That takes a lot of time. And then during that off time when I'm not doing job or YouTube, I'm spending time with my son and spending time with my husband. So it's like, there are times where people don't hear from me all of the time. And there's times where I don't hear from other people. And then there's people I do speak to on a daily basis. Those are people I'm extremely close to. There's only 2 of those people. Only 2. Villain is one of them. I'm so sorry, Tammy, that you feel threatened by Villain and my friendship for whatever reason. But this whole thing was completely uncalled for. And I will add that things that I have found out and seen and heard, I'm not the only content creator she has done this to. There are several other creators that she has given money to and expected lifetime friendships. And when that person doesn't show her the friendship that she's expecting, then she does exactly what she's doing to me in this video. She's done to them. Panda, I don't consider a content creator. She doesn't create any content. She just goes live up to 8 hours a day playing everybody else's content. But she's doing the same thing with Panda. So she's just doing it more so than helping me one time. And again, I'm not trying to be ungrateful or anything. I am and always will be, till the day I die, grateful for that night of help that she gave us. I just don't think that this should have happened.
Do you think maybe this was a miscommunication?
No, I don't.
That's what I'm thinking. It has to be, because when I'm hearing now that she said that I was supposed to pay it forward. That's what we agreed on. I didn't know I had to prove it to her that I was going to pay it forward.
And I haven't seen, well, I don't know if you did or not, but I asked for the money back so I could help somebody back, and there's no response.
You didn't ask me for that money back.
I did.
When?
3.5 weeks ago.
Okay, my number was changed 2 months ago.
So maybe she didn't get it, Tammy.
I didn't get it. But, and I'll give you the money back on Monday, not a problem. But here's the thing. If you tell somebody that says, I will pay you back, and you say, don't pay me back, pay it forward, why would you come back 3 months later and say, I want that money back? And then you yell and scream and cuss me out in somebody's live stream.
I thought maybe you would pay it forward back to me.
That's not what paying it forward means.
Hold on. Let me.
So yes, unfortunately, I feel the need to have to put this up here. But what does it mean when someone tells you to pay it forward? Pay it forward is an expression for describing the beneficiary of a good deed repaying the kindness to others rather than paying it back to the original benefactor. The benefactor being you, Tammy, who helped me out for that one night. That's what that means. It doesn't mean that at some point in life, if you need the money back so you can help another content or another person online, I have to pay that money back to you. It means me showing the same kindness to somebody else in life. And no, nowhere there does it say I have to prove to you that I did so. But that's what paying it forward means.
Explain it.
Okay.
When I said pay it forward, I meant do some good. Correct. I haven't seen no good that you've done. So if you haven't done that, then maybe pay it forward to me if I ask. Since I'm the one that gave it.
Okay.
So I'm getting either Tammy didn't understand what pay it forward meant when she used the term, or Panda coached her on how to do this. Because I don't know. I have a hard time believing that Tammy didn't know what pay it forward meant, because she has clearly stated what it means several times up until this point. When she says, oh, well, I figured it meant pay it forward back to me if I needed it. So she has had an understanding of it this whole time. The whole thing, it goes around in a circle and it points right back at Panda. Panda's the one that needed the financial help. Tammy came to me to get this money back when she told me not to pay her back and pay it forward. It all points back to Panda.
So can somebody explain to her what pay it forward means, and that you don't have, like, unless you said pay it forward and prove to me that you've paid it forward. When somebody pays something forward, they pay it forward. They don't go back to whoever it was, even if it was 10 years ago, and say, hey, I finally paid it forward and I was a nice human being 10 years later. Or even a week later or 2 weeks later.
All I saw was you and Villain, and I thought, oh, give it.
So what does me being
back to me?
So what does me?
Okay, so now we're back to Villain. So you didn't want the money back until I became friends with Villain, and then you wanted me to pay it back to you. None of this bringing Villain into it makes any sense whatsoever. So here's what I'm gonna say. Stop talking about our friendship, period. Because the more you talk about it, the more you look jealous of whatever the hell is going on. Whether or not you want to desperately be friends with Villain, or Panda wants to desperately, we already know that Panda desperately wants Villain and wants a friendship with Villain, since Panda has already lied and told people that she already has a close friendship with Villain. And then all these really creepy sexual remarks she's made about Villain. Yeah, that it's creepy. Panda, stop. Okay? Because at some point, if you keep doing this, it's going to be considered sexual harassment. And I don't think you want to go down that road. It's gross and it's creepy. Stop. Please. I'm asking for my friend. Stop. But Villain should have never been brought into this whatsoever. None of it. She had nothing to do with it. She didn't know me when I was homeless. She knew me after I was homeless. So none of this has to do with Villain and should have to do with Villain or our friendship.
Having a friendship with Villain have to do with any of this?
So that I can, you know, I've had a busted leg.
Yes, I know that. We talked about it.
I texted you. No. I texted you and said, look, I got a busted leg. And this Lisa bitch is on here begging for money and she's getting it and I can't even fucking cook for myself or go get groceries. I thought maybe, I don't know. Tammy. Okay, I didn't say it was.
Is there a way?
Okay, so we just heard Tammy now say that she cannot afford food for herself or anything else because of a busted leg. But earlier she stated she wanted the money back to help somebody else, which we now know is Panda. Because the screenshot right here of the text message between us that same night after all this happened in the live stream, she flat out tells me it was to help Panda. But now all of a sudden she's just pissed off because Lisa's on here begging for money and gets it when she can't even afford to feed herself. If you can't afford to feed yourself, why are you throwing money at Panda? That's what I would love to know. And Panda can stop lying because I have the screenshots proving that Tammy has been giving her money and more than just $5 twice. So yeah, that, stop. I also have a lot of screenshots showing that Panda loves to beg people for money. Like, she will make up any excuse in the world to ask somebody for money. And I do have those screenshots. Those are going to go in the actual Trash Panda video that I'm going to be putting out this weekend. It'll probably go out after my live stream on Sunday. Those screenshots will be in there. So she has kind of a habit of asking her subscribers for money, and Tammy seems to be one of those. Tammy, you're being used. You sat there and called me a scammer and me a user, but you are completely blind or ignoring the fact that the one is actually using you and scamming you is Panda.
In your eyes, Tammy.
See, I don't even like. No,
I'm just gonna end this and I'm gonna pay her back on Monday. I'm not dealing with this. I'll pay her back. She told me not to pay her back, pay it forward. So I said, okay, that was it. I would have paid her back the minute I had the money if she'd have said, I really need this money back. And I would have done it. I've paid back everybody who helped me while I was homeless. Everybody.
Okay.
Since I got a job. And I don't know what's going on with all this, my husband's shit in the background and all that, but all of this is misinformation. Just because it's a police report doesn't mean it's all facts. And something in the chat saying that my husband stole a PlayStation 3. No, get your facts right. That's fraud at Wrangler. When he murdered a vet, he stole his PlayStation. There were no PlayStations in 1996 when my husband committed his crime.
Let me clarify on that one. Because there were people in the chat saying, oh yeah, the PlayStation came out in 1995. PlayStation 3. Okay, that is what Wrangler stole when he murdered that vet, was a PlayStation 3. And people in the chat were going on and on, literally attacking me, saying that, first, a couple of people were saying that I stole the PS3, and then somebody else said that my husband's the one that stole the PS3. No. That's Friday Wrangler. Okay, right here on YouTube. Go watch Shiz's stuff on him. All that information's there. My husband did not steal a PS or a PS3. The PS3 is what was not out in 1996. That's what I meant. I meant to say PS3. I know I say it later, but I just said PlayStation here, but it was supposed to be PlayStation 3. Regardless, he didn't even steal a PlayStation. So, he didn't steal 1, 2, or number 3. even if number one was out in 1995. So, yeah, get your facts right before you start screaming and yelling and attacking me for something I had nothing to do with.
My husband's crime was 29 fucking years ago. Leave it alone. And it was one person, not multiple people.
Okay.
I'm tired of this shit. Tammy, if you want your money back, I have no problem paying you on Monday. No problem at all.
That would
but
be
you should have told me then that you wanted the money back, and I would have paid it.
I didn't know you changed the number.
I told you when you commented in my YouTube channel. You did. I did. You said, "Hey, I love you, girl," and I'm like, "Love you too. Got a new number. I'll text you later."
And then I got ghosted.
Texted you. Never heard anything back from you. I couldn't find you. I don't know how to find you on YouTube.
You have my number.
I texted you.
You
from
have
my new number.
Personal fucking number.
Where do you think I texted you?
Oh my God, no, girl.
Wow. Wow.
I'll show it.
Yeah, they were out in 95.
You know, you are all about the proof. I got it. I never got a text from you after the fact.
Tammy, no offense, but you have lied about me so much in this live stream that I wouldn't be surprised if you did get my text when I texted you on my new number back in August and you deleted it, so that if you did want to show the proof, that you would show it wasn't there. At this point, I believe that she would have done that. But she still hasn't shown the proof of anything. Not one single thing has she shown evidence of that she has claimed. But she had no problem slandering the fuck out of me without any proof to back it up.
Okay.
Okay. So we good now?
I don't know. Shit. You tell me, since you're the one with the problem here.
You're like, yeah, too much.
All this seems to be about villain. You're friends with villain. You're friends with villain. You're friends with villain. Like, what does that have to do with anything? What does me being friends with villain have to do with a fucking thing?
Because I think you're fucking being deceitful.
Why? Because you're saying villain's deceitful? So I'm deceitful because she is? Is that what you're saying?
No.
Nope.
I don't get it.
That's
I don't get that.
Not at all.
Okay, so none of that's making sense either.
That's not what I'm saying. But villain will find out in the long run. So let it happen.
Villain will find out what?
Oh, don't worry, Tammy, because villain has found out more than she wanted to ever find out. One of those things is that when I say something, I bring the proof to show it, unlike yourself, and that Panda is creepy as fuck.
Whatever it
that
is,
you helped me for one night and told me not to pay you back, and now you're on here calling me a scammer because I didn't pay you back. Gotcha.
But you weren't homeless.
I was homeless.
You were literally traveling from your house to your parents. You were not homeless.
I had no home. And who told you this shit? Who told?
Now, see, if you remember a while back, when I asked Panda to explain something to Tammy, and Panda mentions, well, I think that she just felt deceived because she thought that you had a home and you weren't homeless. And then Tammy came right out and said, no, I knew she was homeless. I believed that she was homeless. But now, all of a sudden, Tammy is now saying what Panda said. You see what I mean by Panda's putting words in Tammy's mouth? Panda was telling her basically what to say to keep the drama going. It's you don't have to be that intelligent to figure this out.
Who told you this shit? Please tell me. Who told you this? Who told you this? Because if I had a house back then, by God, I wouldn't have been in my car and in hotel rooms, because that would have been a whole lot better. Living in a house.
Because you've been in a car and a whatever for years, as far as I'm concerned.
Now, see, this is where I fully 100% believe that Tammy is completely intoxicated. she's flip-flopping on everything she says. She's changing her stories. And now, because as far as she's concerned, I was homeless for fucking years. Shit, I can even prove I've always had a home. That I always had a house up until November of last year. I mean, really, I can actually prove that. So where she got that, she just pulled that completely out of her ass and decided to run with it. So again, yes, I question her sobriety and whether or not she was intoxicated during this live stream, because probably about 98% of everything Tammy was saying made zero sense.
What the fuck are you talking about? I became homeless.
Yeah. A lot of people have said you've been homeless for a lot of years.
November, no. I had a fucking house up until November of last year.
I paid for a travel is what I did. Not a homeless person.
We were still in that hotel until 2 months ago.
Oh my God, okay.
The end of July is when we left that hotel.
All right.
If I had a house, I wouldn't have needed a hotel paid for. And that would have been a hell of a lot better than living in a fucking hotel.
Well, I paid it, so there you go. You can't tell me I'm a liar because I paid for it.
I'm not saying you're a liar, but you didn't even give me any background on anything. Lots of people helped me, and I've paid the ones back who said they needed it paid back.
You're the
tell
creator.
Me exactly
Why
who
the
you
fuck
are.
do I, as a subscriber, needs to give you a background because I helped you?
Like, and that's just something else. Like, she helped with one night. My son and I were homeless since November. And she paid one night, which again helped us out tremendously for that one night. And the way she talks is like she paid for our entire homelessness. Like, if it wasn't for her, we would have never had a place to stay. We would have never had food. At one point, she even acts like she's the whole reason why we got out of homelessness. One night, you helped us. One night. We didn't get to where we are because of you or on your dime. You helped us for one night. I still am just trying to figure out why all of this was necessary and where half of this is even coming from. It literally blows my mind. And yes, I needed a background. I needed to know exactly who she was. Do you know how many people could get on this live stream right now and say that they gave me money while I was homeless? Every fucking buddy knew I was homeless. Anybody could get on this live and say that they helped, they gave money, and they want it back. Like, anybody. When you're not on here with your real username and your real profile photo, then yes, I'm going to question who you are. And I had every right to do that, especially when you are asking for money back from me that you said you never wanted back. So yes, I had every right to ask you for a background on how we met and how exactly you helped me. I'm not just going to take the word of anybody who says they helped me and wanted the money back. But again, Tammy acts like she's the only one that helped, so I should know exactly who she is when she's not using her real name, her real username, and not even using a profile picture at all. Funny enough, she ends up leaving the live stream and comes back in with her real username and her profile photo.
Do you know, there's so many people with so many names. I don't know who the fuck you are. Tell me who you were. Do you know how I realized who you were? I realized who you were when you brought up the dominoes. Other than that, I wouldn't have known who you were right away.
That's bullshit.
You're just sitting here screaming, she's a scammer, she's a scammer. No, you told me you didn't want me to pay it back, so I didn't pay it back. If you just said I need it back, I'd have paid it back, just like everybody else I paid back.
I haven't seen.
And when you say pay it forward, why, when you tell somebody to pay it forward, since when do we have to prove we paid it forward?
I know you're not paying it forward.
I'm not struggling anymore.
So,
I haven't struggled in 3 months.
We can put a cap on this. So
Not even a little bit.
if
I'm doing very well with my job. Thank you.
So Tammy,
and I'm proud to say that.
Okay.
Okay,
Tammy,
you be proud.
I am proud. I worked my ass out of homelessness.
Yeah, well, I worked my ass off to give you that little fucking hotel room and food that you think is just a little fucking snip bit of what you deserve.
What? I still don't understand what the fuck you are saying. You helped me one night. Thank you. I've thanked you for a month and a half after that. You told me, no, you don't want the money back. Pay it forward. Great. Thank you so much.
Reaper, wait 1 second. Tammy, if Reaper pays you back, said Monday, she says, as far as you're concerned, would this be settled and both clearly y'all are not going to get along? So
I didn't even know we weren't getting along. That's the problem.
Okay, but
look, it's not the point of her paying me back. It was the point that
you felt deceived.
Never mind.
Okay, so maybe somebody in the comment section can clear this up for me. Was this or was this not all about her wanting the money back so she could help Panda? That's all I've heard through this whole thing, was that she wanted the money back. She wanted it back. Pay it forward meant that when she needed it back, I was going to pay it forward back to her. That's what this whole thing was about. Yet now she's saying it had nothing to do with being paid back. I'm still confused, and this is the third time I've listened to this.
I mean, that's what I'm getting. I feel like you felt deceived.
Yeah, I did.
And misled. Okay, so if she pays you back.
And here we go again. Perfect example. No. She never once said that she felt deceived or anything like that until Panda said it. And it's always when Panda says it, then yes, that's what Tammy felt. Yes, that's what Tammy thought. The whole point of this, I don't know. At the end, she said, she just flat out says, well, I don't know. I'm just glad that I heard from her finally. So was it that you wanted the money back to help Panda, or was it because you wanted to talk to me? Is like, what was all this about? Or was it because you didn't like that I'm friends with Villain? Like, there's just so much to this that none of it is making any kind of sense whatsoever. Bottom line, I fully 100% believe this was done for attention, not just for Tammy, but also for Panda. 100% for Panda.
Will that squash things?
Even if it doesn't, I have no hard will to her or nothing. It's just is what it is. It is what it is.
Yet even though I paid her back on Monday, that Monday, which was like the day after this live stream, they were still over there talking shit. Like, no hard feelings, blah, blah, blah. Just pay me back so that we can talk more shit and lie about you some more. Like, it was all for attention for both of them.
I was a fool on the internet. That's what it is.
We'll take that as
if that's how you want to feel, that's fine.
Yeah, I'm a fool.
Okay.
So I'm a little confused. Do you?
Mine too. I'm still confused.
No, I mean, do you want her to pay you back or not pay you back?
I would love it, but if she doesn't, that's okay.
Okay, so
like I said in the beginning, pay it forward.
Right, which means help somebody else out if they need it.
Pay it forward doesn't mean
So I think if I need help and I text you like I did and said, look, I'm in a leg brace, I can't move, I can't do shit, I was ghosted.
No, you weren't ghosted. If I had changed my number, then there's no way I got that text. I would have never known about it. You have my email. Why didn't you email me? Why didn't you just email me? But why didn't you, when I didn't respond, because I clearly had changed my number, which I have, then why didn't you email me?
How would I know?
And say, hey, I texted you. I texted you. And you didn't answer back. I could have told you right then, shit, I changed my number. This is my new number, blah, blah, blah.
The last text message I got was about Lisa.
Right, because
Lisa.
Me and you were talking about Lisa.
Exactly.
We
And
were
I
both
said, what
discussing
the
her.
fuck, man? Like, da-da-da-da, you guys aren't seeing this? And this is when everybody decided to go silent on Lisa.
I didn't go silent on Lisa.
I know you didn't, and that's what I've told everybody. You're the only one that's been true to your fucking word.
Yeah, because everybody wanted to do that stupid blackout Lisa thing.
Like, does everybody else hear what I'm hearing? Like, oh my God. Again, I'm only doing this video because so many people have asked me, how did this happen? This is what happened. This is why my first video came out about Trash Panda and talking about this and doing that first 10 minutes of that one live stream. That first 10 minutes of that one live stream was the day I actually paid her back, which was a day and a half after this live stream. I'm just still so confused. None of this made any sense other than what Tammy initially told me, was that she wanted the money back because Panda needed it. Plain and simple. So, was Tammy really upset about this, or did Panda put her up to it?
And I'm like, how is that going to help anything?
It's not.
It's not, because then you got all these new people coming in there, giving her money because nobody else is in there to tell them not to.
Right.
So I stood up and said, I'm not doing this blackout thing. No. And that was the last time that me and you spoke. And then I texted you and I said, hey girl, this is my new number, but you didn't get it. You texted me before, like after I changed my number, I didn't get it. So that's why I'm saying, why didn't you just email me and say, hey, I'm not getting your text, or I texted you and I didn't get a response. I would have gladly given you my new number right there in the email.
I realized you changed your number.
Okay, so I feel like I know what's going on here. I feel like, Tammy, maybe you texted her a bunch, she wasn't getting it, and it came across to you like she was not talking to you, and
right.
You were being ghosted. I feel like your feelings are hurt because you feel like you were getting ghosted, and maybe you found out the child was not a child after the fact, and you thought maybe she wasn't being honest, but that was just miscommunication or a misunderstanding. Maybe.
I always say son. Always say son. I know I said he was 18. I probably have the text on that as well. It was just me and him. We were homeless. We didn't get out of homelessness until it's close to 3 months now, but I was able to get a full-time job. I worked from the hotel until I saved enough money. Then we got our own place, and I've been doing great after that. If I'd have gotten that text where you needed help and you were asking for that money back, I would have sent it to you. Even if you said you didn't want it back in June.
And then
I would have still sent it to
you. Apparently in Texas has attempted to open up a credit card.
Somebody in Texas attempted to open a credit card in your name?
That's what she said. It reported it.
There's an open investigation on it, yes.
Okay, because the only place that would have had your credit card information would have been the hotel.
That's another interesting
Was it one of
thing.
those
She says that
hotels that are
there's an
kind of
open
sketchy,
investigation on
Reaper?
it.
You don't have to say where.
But
No, it
when
wasn't.
I
It was
called
because we were
her
in
local
like the oil
PD,
field area. They was
they
like
have no reports on this
a lot of
from
workers were there,
Tammy.
and the people that
And
run
I
it
do
actually
have her
live
first
there.
and last name. That's the only thing I
Right,
have
but
other than her
sometimes
phone
I've
number.
heard that
And
some people
that's
can
all I
have this
needed.
happen to them, where people
And gave them a
information.
range, since she said this happened
Okay, so I need to
3.5
get with
weeks
other
ago.
people and
That was
ask
a
them
week
if the
ago.
same thing happened to them.
I called on that Monday,
Probably, I would
Because if
guess.
it did, then we
and
need to
gave them a time range,
start reporting that
and
company.
they can't seem to
Yeah.
find any reports
It was called Insta Lodge.
on this.
It was nice.
Just
It
saying.
wasn't run down or nothing like that. It was a nice
I mean,
area.
I'm
It
more
was
than
a
happy to do
very
it
nice
for
place
you,
to stay.
to find out if
It
she
was
really
for,
did
well, considering
report
Kennedy, Texas
identity
is not
theft or
really
credit card fraud to the
5
police.
stars. It was
I
decent for
could
the
do that
3-star
easily,
hotel it was.
but I will take the
It
word of
felt
the
safe to
police
be
officer
there.
that I spoke to.
Okay, but I'm
Plus,
And
saying,
again,
we
Tammy
stayed
has
there
shown
a
no
month and a
proof
half.
of this
And that's what
whatsoever.
matters to me, is that you get to stay there.
And
Right,
I've asked
and
her.
because of you, we got to
I
stay there
will
that
show
night.
you.
And I thanked you for like a month and a half for it, because without you, we wouldn't have been able to stay that night. And I think you can even recall that I thanked you over and over and over for it.
I know you thank me, and I appreciate that. But what got me is the whole fact that you just ghosted me all of a sudden, and you're not. And I didn't know that your phone
didn't
number was
ghost you.
changed. I'm
As I
sorry.
remember, we bonded because we're from the same place. I was born the same place you live.
Exactly.
And that's what we bonded on. And I swear I didn't remember, because all I see is Tammy. I didn't see Tammy MCD. If I'd have seen Tammy MCD, I would have known who you were right away. Once you said Domino's, I knew exactly who you were.
Miscommunication, maybe?
I'm sorry that I didn't get your text messages. I wish you would have just emailed me and said, hey, why the fuck aren't you texting me back? And I'd be like, oh shit, I changed my phone number. What's up? Here's my new number. Call me.
So we squishy? Thank you for coming up here and answering, by the way.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
I just heard something was going on. I was a scammer. My husband was murdering multiple people. He stole a PlayStation, all this. And I'm like, what? And they're playing Shiz's video. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, because I hadn't seen any of this.
No, it just bothered me that I was in touch with you.
Right.
Then all of a sudden I wasn't. So, yeah.
And then I'll tell you what happened. One night I was in here. I had just been in your live stream, and Tammy came in upset and told me the situation. So we've been, she had come back and talked about it, and then I was like, "What's going on here?" And I dropped a link a couple of times because I thought, as if I don't have your number, we don't talk. It's not mean to say that.
So basically, what Panda's saying here is that she was in my live stream, which the only live stream she could have been in before this happened was my 10,000 subscriber live stream. And yes, she was in there. Great. So then Tammy then goes to her and tells her she's upset about all this. Instead of either one of them trying to find a way to get a hold of me, like, I don't know, looking on my about section to get my email address from there, or just Tammy emailing me since she already had my email address, they thought it would be smart just to start a live stream and start putting up all these videos that this idiot moron made over on TikTok, full of lies, twisted shit, fabrications, and misinformation about myself. But also taking a clip of me admitting something that I regret that I did when I was 20, 21 years old and running with it. Nobody tried to get a hold of me. Nobody tried to talk to me. Tammy didn't even try. She just texted and then gave the fuck up. She didn't even go into my comment section and say, hey, I need to talk to you. Can you message me? Because we have spoken through my comment section before. But she easily could have emailed me as well. But neither one of them bothered to do that. They just thought, hey, let's just go live and rip the shit out of Reaper and then throw StreamYard links into the chat, hoping it fucking summons her no matter where the hell she is. Like, even that's not making sense. This was for attention. That's all it was. Unfortunately for Panda, she's getting that attention. However, it's not the attention that she would want. It will all come out Sunday evening when I go live.
I didn't mean it to sound like that. But
no, because we don't.
We don't. And I've had no way of getting a hold of you. So I was like, if anybody can go get Reaper or anybody.
If anybody needs to get a hold of me, my email's on my About page on YouTube. It's right there. If anybody needs me for anything.
Cool. Now I know how to do it. But I was like, in the stream,
wait,
I can't.
Tammy, weren't you in my live stream? I could have swore I saw you in my live stream.
When? There was a Tammy there, but it wasn't the same Tammy.
It wasn't. Okay.
There's a lot of Tammys out there that's all in Lori's and Lisa's, and it's not me.
I know. That's why I always recognized you as Tammy
MD 17. That's it.
Correct.
But yet I was supposed to know exactly who you were, even though you're just using the name Tammy with no background or profile photo. Okay.
It's the Tammy MCD that I always knew it was you.
So,
yes, I'm not on anybody else's stream being just a Tammy. That's not me.
Okay, so this is serious, Tammy. So you reported when someone made the attempt to open up a credit card in Texas, right?
Yes.
Good.
Okay, so Frauditor needs that because other
I need that.
Okay.
Also aid. So
yep.
What if
including?
Okay, so these screenshots here are the screenshots of me texting Tammy about this credit card stuff. I said, you never got back with me on this or the credit card or with the credit card issue. I'm still confused, blah, blah, blah. I need to know. Everybody who ever used a credit or debit card at that hotel needs to know. Said, hi, checking in again about your CC theft thing. I need to know what's going on since you said it was me. And then the next day, so this isn't true, because she has refused to respond to me or show me any proof on this or anything. Like, that's something serious when you claim that somebody is stealing your identity or stealing your credit card information or making charges on your credit card account. That's serious accusations. Back it up if you need. If it's true, back it up. I can tell you for a fact it's not true by her saying it's me.
Myself. Because I paid with my own card when I got paid. Like my paychecks or my YouTube pay, when I got it, I paid with my own card. So now I need to know so that I can check my shit out too and let other people know. There was 2 other people that helped us. So I need to let them know as well.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's serious. Somebody else could have had that happen, Tammy. You don't. I feel better. I don't know about Tammy. Tammy, do you feel better?
Well, I'm glad I got to talk to her, but yeah, okay.
So, did you just want to talk to me? Was that what all of this was about? Like, what? I'm still trying to figure out what the hell this was even about. Why this happened. What happened. Like, none of this still makes sense to me. Again, I didn't have to. Probably shouldn't have. But I went ahead and paid her back just so I can get it over and done with. But, yeah, they don't. That's not what they wanted, obviously. I have no clue. And again, just because I feel like I have to say it again and point it out again, I am not the one who said Tammy wanted this money back just to help Panda. Tammy's the one who said it, not me. All I did was repeat what she wrote to me in a text message.
So miscommunication. You didn't get your text.
And I will text you. It's going to come from an 830 number. That will be me. As a matter of fact, let me do it right now so I know that you actually get it. Hold on. Oh, crap, I can't. Because if I do that, then I'll end up dropping.
Don't do it.
Look,
it's a trap.
I really don't.
StreamYard will eat. But see,
I know.
Okay, so this is another clip where Tammy is yet again accusing me of stuff that is untrue, all because somebody on TikTok took something that I said in a live stream, and of course she took only a small portion of it. She didn't put any basis behind it or why it was being said. The fact that we were talking about things that we did in our past that we regret, that we wish we had never done, that we feel dumb about, and put it in a TikTok video. So then Tammy or Panda sees this, because I don't even know if Tammy's on TikTok. I know Panda is. Saw it and decided, hey, we can run with this on Reaper. So now she's claiming that everybody that helped me, I stole their credit card information. I can actually guarantee you that that never happened. And people can actually tell you that you're the only one screaming this. Again, I think they're both in on it. That's just me. But let me know what you think in the comment section.
So what she's doing now is just taking people's credit card numbers that help her. Kind of like Lisa Richards.
Hey, Tammy, still waiting on you to show proof of this, because according to you and Panda, you have solid evidence that I did this. Even her own chat claims that you guys said that you had solid evidence that I did this. And they were questioning this very night where it was. And neither one of you could produce it. It's interesting. I mean, it's been over a week now, it's been about a week now, so anything you try to produce at this point is more than likely going to be fake, because you should have produced it right away. Because if you had it, it would have been easy to just produce it right then and there. But neither one of you produced any evidence claiming what you are saying about me.
I'll take your info and I'll use it. I've never in my life had to deal with this.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Tammy. At least in the last 24, 25 years, I've never done anything like that. It's interesting that you take something that I said specifically that was done when I was 20, 21 years old and try and say that I've been doing it for the last 2 years. Like, that's crazy. Again, where's your proof? Where's your evidence? Slandering people is a big no-no. Big no-no. Especially slander like this, or in Panda's area of expertise of calling everybody a pedophile who disagrees with her or calls her out on her shit. These two are like the queens of slander. It's crazy.
And I've worked hard my whole entire life until I got my leg all fucked up. And now I haven't been able to work. I'm literally struggling myself.
So if you are struggling yourself financially, why are you giving Panda money? And then doing this whole charade here, okay, about me to get money back that you said you didn't want back. Like, that's what I'm not understanding. Were you looking for people to sympathize with you and send you money? Because that's what it sounds like to me. Get the money back from me, and then on top of it, have people feel bad for you and send you money to help you out. I mean, this is right out of Lisa's playbook. Tammy. Seriously, this is right out of Lisa's playbook. Again, I will put your actual text right up here. The same text that you texted me the night of this live stream. You are talking right now that you are so hurting financially that you can't even afford to take care of yourself. But yet you're telling me the only reason you wanted me to repay you after you told me not to was to help Panda. So which one is it, Tammy? You're telling Panda's subscribers here that it's because you are so financially handicapped, but yet you're telling me it's because you wanted to help Panda.
And this, I could not believe it when I saw this video, Panda. I'm sorry, and I know that you liked her and Villain.
So there we go. It all came out in that one sentence Tammy said. I couldn't believe it when I saw this video. So she saw the video, told Panda, then more than likely came up with this shit together. Well, let's just claim that Reaper did this, and that. And why is Villain being put into this again? What is your guys' obsession with Villain? I know that you think you're friends with her, and one of them's creepily in love with her. Keep her out of this. As a matter of fact, just keep me out of your shit.
And I love Villain, don't get me wrong.
I like Villain, but if
Villain is totally
I don't.
I believe Reaper is playing a fucking game on Villain, and I don't like it.
See, here's the thing. I honestly think that you two are the ones playing a game. You saw an opportunity to ask for the money back, which, again, fine and dandy. You did pay for my hotel and you paid for 2 medium pizzas, but you found an opportunity to make yourself out to be a victim and to bash me and then bring Villain into this like you're her savior or some shit. Like, trust me, Villain doesn't need saving from you guys. Acting like you know her, and this is just breaking your heart that this elaborate lie that you've come up with about me is hurting Villain in any way. Honestly, I think you two are the ones who are scamming, to be 100% honest here. You found an opportunity to get your money back instead of just emailing me and saying, hey, I know I told you that you didn't have to pay it back, just pay it forward, but I'm doing bad right now, so can you, blah, blah, blah. I'd have been like, yeah, sure, that's fine. Thank you for coming to me and talk to me about it. But instead, you pulled this. So that shows me everything. It shows me what your true intentions were. You and Panda together. And hey, I'm glad I know. And this right here is to show everybody what type of people the two of you are. Okay, so do you remember when I said that her story changes from she got an alert on her phone that somebody tried to open a Chase credit card in her name in Texas? Well, yeah, this is where her story changes from that to there was a $300 charge on her credit card. I know that my one night at a hotel and 2 pizzas did not cost $300. So if there really was a $300 charge on her credit card from Texas, then clearly she purchased something for $300 from Texas, or like I'm pretty sure just didn't happen. Again, she has not produced this information or this proof. She hasn't produced any proof that somebody tried to open a Chase credit card in her name from Texas, nor has she produced a $300 charge from Texas on her credit card statement. Again, the story changed, it's unfortunate. We've got one person up here, Panda, who I have found out has been scamming people for years on YouTube. And now we've got Tammy, who I found out has been doing this to content creators for quite some time. And that she's literally been blocked on several channels because of her excessive lying. So this has to come out. People need to know about these two right here. And it's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. They want to talk crap about Lisa, yet they turn around and they're doing this. Anyways, this is her changing her story.
I like you too, Tiffany. It's not that. It's that misinformation is being spread on me. They're trying to say that I took the money Tammy got back from Reaper.
It's funny because I've asked for proof about this too, and it still hasn't been shown. Nobody said that you took the money from Tammy that I repaid to Tammy. What I said was, and I showed the screenshot multiple times now, is that Tammy said she only wanted the repayment to help you. So is this like your guilty conscience talking now? Because nobody said that you personally took that money or that she gave it to you. All we said was Tammy said she only wanted the repayment because she wanted to help you.
Because Tammy said that she wanted to send it to me. That's not what got said.
Yeah, Panda, I'm not sure how well your reading comprehension skills are, but that is exactly what got said. If you can read, the only reason I wanted to repayment was to help Panda because I'm not working right now. So I'm not sure what bullshit Tammy's feeding you, but I can guarantee you it is indeed bullshit. And let me just specify that none of this has anything to do with the fact that I gave her the money back. I'm not angry about that. I'm not upset about it. I'm not hurt about it. I really could give a shit. She was the one throwing a fit. I offered to give it back to her, and I did. What this all boils down to is the numerous and excessive lies that these two have been saying about me since that first live stream a week ago. That is what this has to do with. Completely. I have shown over 2 videos now that these two have lied. And these two have still not shown any evidence of anything that they claim are facts. But they claim to be upstanding and loving, caring, giving people on the internet. Watch out for these two. Please watch out for these two.
That was not what was said. And if everybody's worried about what I did with the money that I asked for back, I got leg braces because I needed them. My legs are mangled at this point. So I used it for medical reasons.
And that's awesome. The problem here is nobody gave a shit what you did with the money once I gave it to you. The only ones who had an issue was Panda, because you told me it was to help Panda. I mentioned it and Panda got pissed off about it. Nobody cared what you did with the money, at least not myself. I didn't give a shit. I gave it back to you, even though you said you didn't want it back. I gave it back to you. What you did with it at that point, I don't really give a shit about. This right here was another thing to gain sympathy from people, to make her look like a victim.
See, I told you I didn't take her money because she was in a situation. I didn't go into it. I wasn't going to. But Tammy needed the money, and you have managed to make her feel bad for needing it.
Hey, Panda, I love how easy it is for you to be so full of shit you don't even realize it. I didn't make Tammy feel bad about nothing. As a matter of fact, you saw my text message to her. I didn't give a shit why she wanted the money back. She claimed she needed it back. And again, let me just state, I neither needed to or had to give that money back to her because she said she did not want it back. She could have taken me to court over this. And the minute I showed the judge that she said, no, don't pay it back to me, pay it forward, I'd have won that case right then and there. So me paying it back to her was just me not wanting this crazy in my life. And you guys are still bringing crazy to my life. Like, this is ridiculous. I didn't do anything to Tammy. I didn't make Tammy feel any type of way. You two have literally molded this whole thing so that you can continue drama on your live, because let's face it, you have the most boring live streams in the world. Like, Victoria has more entertaining live streams than you do, Panda. So you needed some drama to continue going so that you could keep getting more people in there, even though it continues to drop off. That was the only reason that you continued doing this. I don't know what's going on with the puppy. Like, this is on the other side of, like, I don't even know where the puppy's coming from. That dog's been doing that for quite a while. Anyways, I don't understand what all, like, having to continue all of this was for, other than playing victim and trying to make people feel sorry for Tammy so that, I don't know, she would get money or that people would give you money. Since you constantly bring up your Cash App in your live streams saying, if you want to support my snacks, here's my Cash App. That don't look good for you either there, Panda.
Congratulations, you're a douche. Now, can you drop it and leave her the fuck alone? Because this is really, really starting to piss me off.
When I hear something interesting, Panda, I don't give a fuck what pisses you off. And I don't take orders from some nobody on the internet.
Yeah, you never once asked me for any of it.
Right.
And the comment I made was like, if I could have got a hold of her and got this, maybe I could have already helped people, but I was sending it to you.
Right. What you were trying to say is, I know you're moving. I know you're going through shit. And if I had had that money at the time, I would have tried and helped you. Not, I'm going to send you the money as soon as Reaper sends me back my money. No, you were very clear from the start that you needed it. But they're trying to say that you only...
and I should have never worded things the way that I did. Like, pay it forward. I just seen her in a better place, and I thought maybe I could get my money back to help me get my braces. That's what it was. I didn't think it was going to be a big deal.
So the truth finally comes out. Nice, Tammy. So you saw that I was out of homelessness, had a decent job, making decent money, doing pretty well for myself. So you thought at that point you could ask for that money back after you had already stated almost 4 full months ago, no, I don't want the money back. Pay it forward. That's not how that works, Tammy. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings in saying that, but that is not how that works. I honestly, like I said, I didn't even have to give it back to you. You could have taken me to court and I would have still won. I did it because you said that you needed help. I heard you on here. However, you were telling me a totally different reason in text message. Didn't matter. I didn't want you any part of my life because I now see what kind of person you really are. And I just wanted to be done with it and just give you that money back. And yet I still have to deal with this because you still want to sit there and slander me. And as long as you continue to slander me, I will continue to point out who you are, along with your little partner in crime there, Panda.
Everybody's supporting you, Tammy. They said they hope you feel better, but this is not okay. The fact that you feel bad about having to ask for it back is bullshit. It's because...
I feel bad because they're humiliating me at this point.
It is humiliating. It was humiliating for you to even have to ask for it back to begin with, and then for them to ridicule you about it is even worse.
No, Tammy, the only one humiliating themselves is you. You are the only one humiliating yourself. And Panda's helping you humiliate yourself by giving you a platform to act like this on. You could have asked for the money back. Totally fine. You chose not to come to me. By saying that you only texted me, and then when I didn't text back, you decided to do this shit. is not you trying to get in touch with me. You knew that you could email me. You knew you could get in touch with me in the comment section of my videos. You knew there were other ways to get a hold of me, and you chose not to. This was all a ploy to be a victim and to try and discredit me and make me look bad. And in the end, the only people that are discredited and look like shit are you two. So thank you very, very much for the thing that you did do for me. You helped me one night. You didn't save me. You didn't pull me out of homelessness. You didn't do any of that. You helped me for one night. I've been appreciative. I've been very nice about that. But I will not sit here and allow you to slander me, lie about me, and bring villain into it when she shouldn't even be part of this. All because I got out of homelessness and I'm doing better now. Panda, obviously, I don't know. From what I know about Panda now, I wouldn't be surprised if Panda put this in Tammy's head to do. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not there when they talk, thank God. But it's just crazy how this happens on a already known scammers platform. For somebody who, and quite often, messages people begging for money, but then covers Lisa at the same time. Yeah, that makes no sense.
And now they're trying to spread the narrative that the only reason you asked for it back was so that you could hand it directly to me, which never happened. And it shouldn't
I've given you a total of $10, and it was two $5 super chats. I think that was in the channel,
and that was before all of this. And it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't have mattered why. It shouldn't have mattered how you worded it. And even if you did just be like, "Hey, Panda, I'm giving you this," it really doesn't matter.
You're right. It really doesn't matter. The thing is you two are making it matter. You two are making the big deal out of it. So Tammy told me that she wanted the money back because she wanted to help you. So what? What's the big deal? Like, why are you on this defense train trying to make it seem like I came up with that, even though clearly I did not? And I think I've proven that time and time now that I didn't. So the only ones making a big deal out of that is you two.
Well, I didn't. So I don't know.
They humiliated you, and for what?
But them in the chat saying I'm a drug addict, I'm a this and I'm a that. You guys might want to take your words back because I've never done drugs in my life.
Yeah, I'm not sure whose chat you're talking about. If anybody in my live chat said that about you, I can't control people, and I'm not going to control people. The one thing I have always stood by on my channel is when I'm live, and even in the comment section, you have the right to the freedom of speech. You can say whatever the hell you want, whatever your opinion is. Just don't come in attacking people with false claims and lying. Other than that, I'm not going to control my chat. If they feel like you sound like you are, that's their opinion. If I feel like you sounded intoxicated that on the live stream before this one, where you're going off on me, then that's me. But no, I'm not going to try and control my chat. And I did see somewhere in a recent live stream where Panda was claiming that I needed to get control, or somebody in her chat was claiming that I needed to take control of my chat. And even Panda said, yeah, that you can't control your chat, or what they say. She's right about that. And I'm not going to try and control my chat. They're adults. What I find funny is Tammy claiming that the people in whoever's chat, probably mine, needs to take back their words on saying that she's on drugs or whatever. But yet, Tammy, aren't you the one that slandered me for an hour or so in a live stream just a week ago? But you don't have a problem slandering and lying about me. You just have a problem when people say something about you. Gotcha.
And I'm not a lonely person. Am I a caring person? Yeah, I am. And the reason somebody's out there saying, well, she should have proof, there should be a Cash App. I didn't Cash App her, and there's a reason why I didn't do that. I paid it directly to the hotel and directly to Domino's. I didn't put it on her Cash App because she was already in the hole and they would have took it and she wouldn't have had enough to get into the hotel.
Now let's tell the whole truth there, Tammy. You did know I was in the hole on my Cash App. That's absolutely true. However, you yourself could not put any money on my Cash App because you didn't have money on your Cash App to put it on there. So you offered to use your credit card. Perfectly fine. I had no problem with that. I preferred it that way rather than you just sending me money at that point. Then you kept telling me for like 2 weeks, you kept saying, I'm going to put money on your Cash App. I'm going to put money on your Cash App. Remind me to put money on your Cash App to help you out further. You never did, and I never said anything against it. Never hounded you, never went on a live stream complaining about it. Nothing. Again, you only tell certain parts. You don't tell the whole story.
So I thought I was doing something nice. And then I figured if she was doing so well, maybe I could ask for it back and it wouldn't be a problem. And it is.
No, the problem wasn't asking for it back. The problem was you coming in a live stream, slandering me, completely lying about me, throwing this huge tantrum, thinking that if you throw a StreamYard link into somebody's live chat that I'm not a part of, it's going to automatically summon me, getting pissed off because I haven't yet come into the live stream and jumped up on a panel that I didn't even know was happening at the time, and then continuing to lie about me. Oh, and bringing up my friend Villain numerous times for no reason whatsoever. That's what the problem was. If the problem was paying you back, I would have said that. I'm the one that offered it back right away in the last live stream. I offered to pay you back just so I could be done with this. And clearly you're not done with lying about me.
Jamie, oh no, I didn't say you.
So let me be the asshole for asking for something that I gave somebody back. I'll be the asshole. I'll be the crazy bitch. Isn't that what you're calling me, Reaper?
No, what I said was I wanted to go ahead and pay you the money back, even though I didn't have to, because I don't need this level of crazy in my life. But let's not forget you up there lying about me, saying I'm a scammer and that I hacked your credit card or that I put charges on your credit card and all kinds of other shit like that. Yeah, that's what I said, as opposed to what you said.
Yeah, I'm certifiably crazy on paper. Yeah, I am.
That's not fair.
You're gonna
Tammy.
do?
That's not fair. Tammy, it's you are not crazy.
Like I've had it.
You have us, and we support you, and I 100% stand behind you, and I have from the very beginning, and I'm going to continue to do that, and so will the rest of us, like Harry and Aries, and like all of us. You are not lonely. You have us.
Whoever is out there trying to tell Reaper that I'm pressing charges on her, that was never said. It was a coincidence that a payment of $348 showed up on my credit card bill out of Fort Worth, Texas. And I said, the only person I know is Reaper, and I don't think she'd do that. I hope she wouldn't do that. And then the video came out where she said something about a credit card hacking. And my mind went from there. I never said she was being charged or anything.
But Tammy, here's the thing. Anybody with logic would have made that assumption because it looked very suspicious. Even from somebody who had...
Okay, so first of all, we hear her now, she has changed her story. I'm fixing to include the first story where she got an alert on her phone that somebody in Texas was trying to start a credit card from Chase in her name. Now all of a sudden there was a charge of $300 something on her credit card statement. So which one was it, Tammy? Please, we would love to know. I would love to know. Which lie are you going to stick with and continue to say it was me? Because you are the one who said it was me. Nobody said that you were pressing charges. I don't know where that came from because not one person told me that. So that's another thing you're just making up that somebody said. But you're the one who said that there is a police investigation going on. So, and again, I called and asked about it, and there's no police report in this time frame from you. And Panda, anybody with logic would have actually listened to the entire video and heard where I said that when I was 20, 21 years old, back in the early 2000s, I did that for like a year. So again, do you have logic? Because I'm starting to believe you have none.
The credit card was exposed. I'm like, well, I got to deal with that. Well, I don't know nobody in Texas besides her. And I can show you where my credit card literally paid for hotel and food to be delivered in Texas. And I'm in Washington. And now all of a sudden I get a thing alerted the other night that says somebody's opening a credit card. Get out of here. You and your hacking credit cards. She's dirty, dude. Oh, I'm sorry, Panda. She's a dirty bird.
Nothing to do with it. It did look suspicious. But did you say outright that Reaper did that? No. You said that I just so happened to get this out of the same area, and it's a little weird.
Wrong. She outright said it was me. I'm tired of clipping and throwing clips in here and all this other shit. I'd like to end this at some point. But you two just don't know how to stop lying. That's the problem. Again, Panda putting words in Tammy's mouth, Tammy running with them, playing the victim of the year. Like, it's all ridiculous. She did say it was me. She told two different stories. Both of them are obvious lies. And it needs to be the end of it. Because if you continue to claim I said or I did these things, I can promise you I will file a slander lawsuit on you 100%. Because I see what game you two are trying to play here. And no, I'm sorry. You picked the wrong one to play this game with. Because I am tired of people lying about me. And you two, just out of fucking nowhere, decided to pull this shit. Well, there's that saying, fuck around, find out. I mean, if you want to keep fucking around, you're gonna find out. Because I'm done with it. Neither one of you tried to get a hold of me. Neither one of you tried to resolve this in an adult manner. You pulled this shit instead. And then you lie on top of it. And then you lie on top of this. And then when I posted a video and put proof out, you're still lying. And I know damn well that you watched it. I'm not stupid. And stop bringing Villain into the shit. She has nothing to do with it. Stop trying to lick her asshole and make it seem like you're so in love with her, Panda. Like, that's just gross, disgusting, and creepy. And Tammy acting like a sycophant. Like, just stop. Stop bringing her into this. Stop bringing our friendship into this. Because Villain has nothing to do with this. Villain knows who I am. And she's happy with our friendship as well. So you two continue with your little lying, scamming friendship if you want to. I don't give a fuck. But keep me out of it. Because I did nothing to either one of you. So that's it. That's the whole thing. So for those of you who were asking and wondering how this all started, there it is. And I'm glad that I made the video because there was so much in it that I wanted to address and should have in my last video on this, but didn't. I'm glad that I made this though. I was able to back up everything I said. I was able to prove that they were lying, which is what I wanted to get across. I will always be grateful for Tammy's help that night. That one night, I will always be grateful for that help. Just, if you help people who are in need, and I'm not saying not to, if you ever do, this is not the way to behave because you did it, or because you're helping somebody who is in need, and then they get their life in order and they're doing better in life. Don't sit there and think, oh, they're doing better in life, I'm now going to ask for that money back. And instead of just trying to get a hold of that person, you do this. This is not the way to do it. This is not how adults behave. Act like an adult, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm still confused, honestly, about a lot of this. I probably will never be 100% sure of all of it, and at this point I don't care anymore, and it's definitely not going to deter me from helping people in the future. I have already helped a couple of people that needed help, and the last thing that I would ever do is act like this because I helped them. Even if I helped you a week ago and 3 months down the line something happens financially, I'm not going to come back to you and say I need that money back. I helped you out. I said, don't pay me back. So that's just how it goes. But I would never act like this, ever. And again, the background on Panda is quite interesting. We will be going through that on Sunday during my live stream. And I will be making a full video about it so that it's there. It's, like I said, it's quite interesting. A lot of you might be shocked to find out some of the things you hear. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in the next one. Take care. Be safe. Bye.